Home Depot is like a home away from home for me, and I tend to spend way too much time and way too much money there. But over time, I've also learned a few tricks that are going to help you save time and money. So stick around while I give you my best tricks, tips, and secrets for shopping at the Home Depot and saving more money. So the Home Depot is the largest home improvement company in the world. They have around 475,000 employees and over 2,300 stores in the US, Canada, and Mexico. They sell over 35,000 different products in stores and over 1 million products online. And last year, their revenues were over $157 billion. That is massive. And with a store as big as that, it helps to know a few tips and tricks to save money. And so I've done the research and put together this list of insider secrets that will make your next visit to the Home Depot the best it's ever been. All right, so let's jump right into it. You can get a discount at Home Depot if you're buying in bulk. Now, this may be obvious for some people, but a lot of people miss this. Now, if you look closely at certain items at the Home Depot, you'll often see two prices. One is the price for a single item and another is a price if you buy in a certain quantity. The quantity varies depending upon the price, like this one or this one, but what if you don't need 100 studs? Well, you may still be able to get a discount even if you aren't buying the number noted on the tag. If you have a bigger job, generally something over $1,500, you can actually go to the Pro Desk at Home Depot with the project list and get a discounted quote for your whole job. So if you're building a deck or a shed or a garage or sheetrocking a basement or any other bigger project like that, be sure to head to the Pro Desk and see what they can do for you. They may not be able to discount everything you need, but most larger things like lumber, concrete, sheetrock, insulation, and even shingles will qualify for a discount. It's a great way to save money on those bigger projects. The Home Depot also gives a military discount to active military, veterans, and their spouses. The discount is 10% off of eligible purchases up to $400 per year. Now, in order to get the discount, you need to register and verify your military status, but once you do, you can get your discount either in-store or online. It's also possible for veterans to purchase appliances tax-free, and I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Now, I have heard recently that the Home Depot has made some changes to the veteran discount, and it's not quite as good as it used to be. Now, I'm not a veteran, so I've never used it, but if you have, let me know what your thoughts are. I do know that they generally exclude commodity products. These would be things like, lumber, wire, and other building materials. All right, for this next tip, and this is really a tip for life, be nice to people, especially your hardworking Home Depot employee. Aside from showing you where the plumbing supplies are, each Home Depot floor associate is empowered to give a $50 discount off of nearly any item to ensure customer satisfaction. So be nice to them. Now, they can't just give it out willy-nilly, but if you have a legitimate problem or if you're buying a higher priced item, they are empowered to help you. It never hurts to ask. There are also other ways to get discounts. If you happen upon an item in the store that has damaged packaging, or maybe it's a returned item in an open box, they may also be able to give you a discount there. Now, they're not going to give away the store, but it doesn't cost you anything to be nice, and it never hurts to ask for a discount. Another tip to getting the most out of Home Depot is to shop for certain things at the right time of the year. Now, I'm making this video in November just before Black Friday, and honestly, a ton of stuff goes on sale at this time of year. For this time of year, the best thing to do is to check out their ads, and I'll leave a link in the description for you to do just that. But if you happen to be watching this video at another time of the year, here is an example of Home Depot's sales schedule. In the spring, usually around April, they'll have items like mulch, garden plants, and gardening supplies on sale. They also usually have paint and flooring on sale as well. They call it their Spring Black Friday sale, which is kind of a dumb name if you ask me, but whatever. Around Memorial Day, they have things like appliances, grills, patio furniture, and other things to help get ready for the summer. Then in June, they'll have a lot of tools that are discounted for Father's Day. You'll also see other sales around the 4th of July and Labor Day, and buying the right things at the right times can be a great way to save money on things that you may be buying anyway. On the flip side, a great time to buy Christmas trees and lights is after Christmas, when they're all heavily discounted and on clearance, assuming you have a place to store them for a year. Same thing goes for Halloween decorations or any other seasonal items. Now, if you buy plants at Home Depot, this next tip is for you. At Home Depot, you can actually return plants that you buy if they die or don't bear fruit. Perennials, trees, and shrubs have a 1-year guarantee. And for their garden plants, they have what they call an exclusive Grow a Garden guarantee. What that means is that when you use Bonnie Plants, which is the brand that they sell most, with Miracle Grow soils and or Miracle Grow plant foods, and the plants don't produce in the course of the growing season, which is March through October, they will give you a refund for your plant and the Miracle Grow that you bought. Just be sure to bring in the plant and your receipts. At this time of year, of course, one of the only plants that you're going to be buying is probably poinsettias. These are not covered by the same guarantee, but Home Depot does have a 90-day return policy if you buy a poinsettia or another plant at this time of year and they happen to die. Another thing that Home Depot offers is a low price guarantee. This means that the Home Depot will actually beat competitors' prices on the same items. There are some exclusions like going out of business sales and things like that. They're all listed on the website, but basically if you find the same item for cheaper from a competitor, Home Depot will beat the price. This goes for both online sales and sales in store. If you're in the store, just bring in the competitor's ad and they'll match it that way. If it's online, the price match item has to be available to ship to your location. It's another great way to save money. The next tip is something called Retroactive Sales, and it relates to the price match. Basically, if you buy a product from the Home Depot and you notice a week later that they have it on sale or a competitor has a lower price, you can bring in the ad and your receipt and get a price match applied retroactively, meaning they'll give you cash back. The same exceptions to the price match guarantee apply here as well, and in this case you have 30 days from the time you make the purchase to get the discount. So if you've bought something recently, it is still a good idea to keep an eye on their ads, especially this time of year when there's going to be a ton of ads coming out here very soon. Next, let's talk about receipts. You can actually have your receipts emailed to you, so you don't have to keep track of those little papers. Just give them your email address when you pay and they will link it to your credit or debit card. Then whenever you use that same card, your email will populate and you can have the receipts emailed to you directly. I like doing that so that if I ever have to return something, I can just pull up the email, have them scan the barcode, and I don't have to worry about saving a tiny piece of paper. Also on the topic of returns, Home Depot's return policy for most things is 90 days. And I tend to return a lot to Home Depot. Where I live is kind of far from the nearest Home Depot, and so to avoid taking multiple trips, I sometimes buy a few extras of things that I think I may need, and then I keep a bag of returns to take with me for the next time that I go. If you don't have your receipt or you can't find the emailed receipt, don't worry because they can actually look up the purchases that were made on your card and do the return that way. In those cases, they'll just put the cash back onto your card. If you don't have the card that you used or the receipt, they'll oftentimes still give you a return if it's an item that they still sell in their store. In those cases, they'll take your driver's license number and give you store credit. The driver's license number is just to make sure that the returns policy is not being abused and to ensure that you're not trying to return stolen items for cash. If you do it a ton like that, they may bar you from returning, but generally they can be very accommodating, and so again, be nice to people at the customer service desk. Now this next one's not really a tip, but something you may find very interesting, and that is that there have been a ton of thefts recently from the Home Depot and other retail stores. In fact, an older employee was killed at a Home Depot by a thief last year. This could lead them to tightening up their return policy in the future or making other changes. In fact, I recently made a video about some of the ways that retailers and Home Depot and Lowe's specifically are combating this retail theft, and I'll leave a link to that video if you want to check it out. Also, if you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I have tons of other videos like this. I have DIY videos, lumber price videos, and all sorts of other videos. So check those out. Also, leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts on Home Depot versus Lowe's. Which store do you prefer and why? I'm actually working on a video right now to talk about the differences and why you'd want to shop at one more than the other, and would love to hear your thoughts. Anyway, back to the tips. Another tip is to always check what I call the Oops Paint section. Every Home Depot has one. This is where someone asked for a certain color to be mixed and it was done wrong, or they changed their mind after having it mixed but before paying. Now, I'm generally a bit too picky to just choose some randos paint color for a room in my house. But if you have some job where you need paint and you don't care what the color is, this can be a great approach. Things like a shed or a kid's craft project, all sorts of things. I've also seen cans of dented wood stain or wood conditioner on sale in those racks, so it's great to check out for that reason as well. Another great tip for Home Depot shoppers is their loyalty program. Now, a lot of companies have a loyalty program that anyone can sign up for and that is meant to keep people coming back to shop again and again. At the Home Depot, there's a setup a little bit different. It's really geared more towards professionals, and it's pretty complicated actually. It has tiers and different purchase requirements, but the perks can be great. Things like tool rental perks are up to 20% off of paint, and gift cards to Home Depot paid back to you depending upon how much you spend. So while it isn't for everyone, if you have a huge project and plan on spending a lot of money, it can help you save some of that money. Either that, or maybe find a friend who already has a pro account and see if they can help you out with that paint purchase. Now for the next tip, did you know that Home Depot offers subscriber discounts? This is similar to the subscriber discounts that Amazon and other companies offer. With a Home Depot, you can get a 5% discount and free shipping if you subscribe to purchase certain products on a regular basis. But unlike Amazon, you don't have to pay an annual membership fee. It's free for anyone. So if there are some items that you find yourself buying regularly, things like paper towels or other cleaning supplies, be sure to check out their website to see if you can subscribe to those products and receive that item regularly at a reduced price. Another tip, and I do hesitate to bring this one up because I don't think it's something that I would ever do, but I have heard that Home Depot sometimes throws out old or obsolete inventory, and people can sometimes find treasures in the dumpsters. Now, this is really common with retailers when there is merchandise that can't be sold for some reason or can't be sent back to a manufacturer or is just too expensive to ship. They'll just trash it and just throw it in the dumpster. And sometimes if you're lucky and if you go at the right time, you may be able to get something good. Now, you should be careful. Dumpster diving can be dangerous, and while there was a Supreme Court case that ruled that dumpster diving is generally legal in the US, if it's locked up or behind a fence, that could be considered trespassing. Also, some areas have local laws that prohibit dumpster diving, so if this is something that you want to do, keep that in mind and make sure to check those laws before you go out. Now, if this is something you tried at Home Depot and it maybe worked for you, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear your story. All right, now for the last tip. Now, sometimes I don't mind wandering around the Home Depot just to see what there is to see. But there are other times where I'm actually in a hurry and I need to focus. And similar to how, grocery stores put milk in the back of the store, Home Depot will put certain items further away in hopes that you'll put a bunch of other things in your cart along the way. Now, if you have a specific item in mind, plan ahead and look it up on their website in advance. There at the website, you'll be able to see if they have it in stock and also what aisle and bin the item is on. That can really help you get in and get out as quickly as possible without spending your whole paycheck. So what do you guys think? What are your best tips and tricks for shopping at the Home Depot? Is there anything that I've failed to mention, anything that I've left out? Leave us all a comment and let us know. I'd love to read it. I also hope that you really liked this video. I hope you learned something. If you did, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Check out my other videos like this one, and we'll see you in the next one.